All right, we still got another roughly 2 hours of trading to go, but it's looking like key component Home Depot could save the day as it came in with far better than expected earnings and revenues. Could that signal a consumer resurgence here just when people were fearing that maybe the consumers tapped out? Might be a sort of a unique situation, might not be. OwnAmerica.com CEO Greg Rand on what he sees going on here. What do you think, Greg?
I think it's more optimism. You know, the housing market and Home Depot thrive when people feel like they can afford to paint the second floor of their house or buy a new fridge. And so I see it. I don't sense anything in all of our interactions out there with home buyers, sellers, investors, and it makes sense that folks that are living in homes, if they feel good about their job situation, they feel good about the money in the bank that's starting to accumulate, excuse me, that they would do things to make their lifestyle a little nicer by improving their house.
Is it an indictment on what's going on with housing now, that because they either can't or won't buy a new home, they're fixing up the one they're already in?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think that's totally wrong, actually. I think people that are concerned that the affordability of the housing market is a sign of something bad in the housing market are missing the point. Like, you wouldn't say if the stock market, in the next segment, you wouldn't say the markets are up, so affordability in the stock market is down, right? The housing market is thin on inventory. There's not enough for sale for the demand, and so the inventory gets real light. Prices are going up. People are staying put. People are also buying. To seize upon the idea that people might be staying put because they can't afford the next house, there isn't enough inventory, is kind of like looking for some kernel, some needle of negativity in this haystack of positivity that's going on out there. The connection is housing is hot, home improvement is hot, a lot of retail, if it's the right kind of retail, is hot. Travel is hot because people are feeling good, they can afford to do more things.
I'm wondering, though, Greg, what housing is, Home Depot notwithstanding, is looking like right now. And you talk about a tight supply. I know a lot of people who don't want to leave their homes and give up their homes, or they feel like if they wait they can get more for their homes. What's really happening?
There's a lot of competition for homes. And people that can move up and are. Neil, I don't see the evidence in the field of people that are feeling trapped. Maybe they bid on a house, they can't get the house. I remember back, we talked back in the 2000s when things got hot. They got too hot last time. And I understand people might have concern now that if it drives up too far. But I actually feel pretty good for this reason. When the market's behaving normally, right, and the demand outstrips supply, the prices are going to get driven up as a result of that until the buyers start saying, like, enough's enough, I'm not going to keep paying escalated prices. And so when you see a crest in prices, what you're going to see before that is home sales dropping because the demand finally says, I'm not going any further. That's a market swinging into something a little bit more even, which is, I think, what we need right now. The prices have been a little bit too hot for a little bit too long. I don't see anything like the housing crisis because the mortgage component's not really in place right now. So I'm looking forward to seeing home sales continue to slide a little bit compared to last year, meaning the number of houses that sell, and then the sellers will begin to acquiesce, be more reasonable on their prices. You'll see home prices level off, and that's kind of a supply and demand equation in a healthy market.
So, real quick view on housing for the remainder of this year. Still stable?
Stable. I think you'll see home prices go up at a rate that is less than last year, and you'll see people's hair go on fire because they'll say, oh no, home prices are plummeting because they went up less than they did last December. So yeah, this is healthy right now. This is good.
Okay, and no one's hair is on fire. Greg Rand, thank you very, very much. OwnAmerica.com CEO. Good seeing you again, Greg. All right, the White House briefing is coming up soon.